Okay, so here's where we're at. I stop at this rest area. I go to back out of the spot, put the van in reverse, and let off the brake. Nothing happens. Give it a little gas. Nothing happens. Give it a little more gas, and bam! I go flying backwards. It chirps the tires. So then I stop, check the transmission fluid. It's full. It looks good. I try again. This time I back up, no issue. And then when I'm pulling forward, I hear this terrible noise, and I can tell the transmission is like slipping because it's just the RPMs are too high for how fast I'm going, and it's making this horrible clanking noise. So thankfully I'm at a rest area. I am going to spend tonight here in the van, and then tomorrow morning I'll call AAA and have them tow it to a dealership. Well, I've stayed here as long as I can. I really don't want to leave my van, but it's time to pack up. I'm not really sure how long it's going to be until I get to stay in my van again, so I am assuming that it's going to take 30 days for the new part to come in, and am packing appropriately, which means taking pretty much all of my clothes and some gear, so hopefully I can go on some hikes and stuff. But I am going to leave a lot of stuff in the van just because, as you know, if you've watched my van build tour, I have a lot of stuff in here, and it's just not going to be practical to travel with all of it. So, yeah. All right, pulled the fuse on my diesel heater and a few other things, although the fridge is just turned off. I didn't pull the fuse on that, so that's why we're still pulling 20-ish milliamps, but that's not going to be a big deal. Even if they park my van in the shade for a month, we'll get enough solar to keep the battery topped off. I feel like I'm at the carnival. I guess COVID protocols prevent me from riding in the cab with them, so apparently it's safer for me to be riding in the van while being towed, which I have to say it's a pretty bizarre experience. Honestly, I've always wanted to do this. Like, there's something about this, like, it feels illegal. I think it is, but this is just wild. I think it's whenever you lose a hubcap. That's when things start going wrong with the vehicle. They couldn't even get it off of the flatbed. It wouldn't roll in neutral, and it wouldn't go into reverse. So the tow truck driver eventually figured out a way. I think he just put it in reverse and gave it a lot of gas until it caught and like kind of went flying off the back of the truck. But anyways, I'm really lucky that I broke down where I did. I know people in this town. I have a place to stay. I don't know if I have a place to stay for a month, because that's kind of how long I think it's going to take to get a new transmission, and I'm guessing it needs a new transmission. But yeah, we're just going to take it one day at a time. I'm not happy that my transmission failed after like less than 2 months, but on the other hand, if it were to happen, this is definitely the way I would want it to happen. So I don't know. Well, I'm a poser. Not even 4 months living in a van, and I'm back in a house again. This is all my stuff that I took out of the van. I didn't take everything, but I wanted to get a good amount of my valuables out of there. I'm just here to grab some electronics, kind of give everything a once-over before I leave the state. I'm getting on a plane to Colorado tomorrow. If it was any later in the year, I would definitely have to shell out for a carry-on so I could bring some layers, but I think all this stuff is gonna fit in my personal item. Obviously, like, I'll leave the keyboard, mouse pad, and these bulky headphones behind first if all this stuff doesn't fit, but I'm also gonna try to bring a down jacket, but I'm kind of thinking that probably won't fit. So yeah. I got a call on Saturday from the Ford dealership, and they told me that they weren't going to be able to diagnose the transmission for another 2 weeks. And I asked them, well, can you order the part? And they said, no, not until we diagnose it. And I got a little heated with the service advisor when I heard them say that, and I shouldn't have, but they did eventually see things from my perspective in that I know that it needs a new transmission. It sounds like a blender full of bolts when you try to drive anywhere, so they're going to need a remanufactured unit, and I know that the lead time is really long on that part, so I didn't want to waste 2 weeks waiting for a diagnosis. So they did eventually see things my way, and they took a look at it, and now they're trying to get authorization from Ford, and Ford is demanding that they send them pictures of what's broken inside the transmission. So I guess they're pulling things apart right now and sending pictures to Ford, and I decided to book a flight to Colorado because rather than sitting here with nothing to do, breathing down their necks, I can just go back home. I'm back in Colorado. It's really weird to be here. Not the circumstances I thought I would be here under, but I'm really excited. Except for one thing, which is that my laptop is still in Seattle somewhere. Hello. Hello. In your face, man. So not only did I not offer to pay for the bagels, I made you go in there by yourself and buy them. Yeah.
There's some writing on the wall. November 1st, 38. No snow as yet on the ground. You are crazy as hell.
Something like that. Video? Yeah, I'm just taking a video. Can do some
Beans and canned fish, canned chicken.
So I did the math this morning, and it has been 17 days since my van broke down, and we're not out of the woods yet. The part still hasn't come into the dealership. I was told this morning that it should come in today or tomorrow, and then it's 2 to 3 days to fix the van. So by the end of the week, the van should be done, but I'm not booking a flight yet because that part isn't in, and I don't believe them. I don't believe that it's going to be there, but or I do, but I'm highly skeptical. So anyways, still here in Colorado. I just have to say how lucky I am that I have so many great friends and connections and people that are willing to put me up in their house. Not only has it saved a bunch of money, but it's been a lot of fun, and I've just been having a great time out here. I will say though, I miss my home. Like it's kind of exhausting staying with other people, and I know that sounds like really lame. Like like being a guest in someone's house is, you know, it should be easy, but it's not. I think it's just kind of exhausting for everyone, and I've been trying not to wear out my welcome anywhere I go either. And yeah, maybe it's just all self-imposed, like worry and anxiety about that, about being an imposition, but that's how I feel. I want to be back in my own space, doing my own thing again. You know, it's been great. My mom is retired, so I've just been using her car. She says she doesn't need it, so you know, I can't complain, but at the same time, I feel really drained, and I miss making videos too. I finally got my laptop back a couple days ago, by the way. FedEx lost it. Can you believe that? I paid $115 for priority overnight shipping because I just wanted it to be in safe hands as quickly as possible, and they lost it. I was like, I called them when it was supposed to show up, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna put a trace on it. And so I asked them, hey, so does that mean you don't know where it is? And they're like, oh no, we're not saying that. And I'm like, so what city is it in? And they're like, well, we don't know. But it did eventually get found. It made its way to my parents' place, so thank goodness for that. And yeah, I guess that's it. You know, I might be working on a video talking about like my finances while traveling on the road, and also how much money I spent on the van. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. I've had a few people ask me questions in the comments about that kind of stuff. The overwhelming request has been to see more in-depth look at my electrical system. And once I get back to my van, I will film that video. Although I have to warn you, you might be kind of disappointed because I really don't want to get into it too much because I think some of the stuff I did is kind of sketchy, and I don't want people to be copying what I did. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm hoping to get back to regular hiking content. You know, I didn't film much here in Colorado because it's just kind of been like, I don't know, it's just like I'm coming back to my old life, which I feel like might be interesting to some people, but really isn't in line with what I do on this channel. So anyways, I'm now gonna wrap up this video for like the third time. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. I have 3 now, and that's really cool. I'm working on a video for you guys today also, and just a reminder to anyone who might be new to my channel, my Patreon videos are just kind of like leftovers, bonus content, nothing super special, but I have fun making them. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video a 4th time. Thank you, goodbye. Well, I was right. I just got a message from the Ford dealership that it's not going to be in for another week. So if I'm lucky, now on Friday they'll have a transmission for me, and today is Monday. So